Let's get right into it.
Get this, an AI bot just single-handedly caused a multi-hour outage at Amazon. Just the backbone of the entire internet. We've dug through more than 2,000 news articles from the last 24 hours to bring you the signal from the noise. So, in the next 5 minutes, we are going to race through the top headlines, unpack the story of the AI that actually broke the cloud, track the billions of dollars that are rewriting the market right now, and break down what all of this really means for you.
Okay, here's how we're breaking it all down for today's News Bite. All right, Act 1. Let's start with your daily download.
Let's get you up to speed fast. First up, Nvidia is reportedly close to a $30 billion investment in OpenAI. Yes, billion with a B. In a huge move for global trade, the U.S. Supreme Court just invalidated most of the Trump-era tariffs. Billions of VC funding? Yeah, that's pouring into India's AI scene right now. Meanwhile, those multiple AWS outages are being linked to autonomous AI coding agents, and we're going to circle back to that one for sure. Over at Microsoft, the Xbox CEO is out, and an AI exec is stepping in. Big shift. And Sony just shut down its acclaimed remake studio, Bluepoint Games, which has a lot of people talking. On the world stage, both India and Pakistan are pushing forward with their own sovereign AI infrastructure. As that happens, cybersecurity risks are surging thanks to new AI-powered malware. And to top it off, a spatial intelligence startup just landed a $1 billion investment, and the travel industry is getting a major AI upgrade. Whew.
Okay, now for our main story, the bot that broke the cloud. This is the big shift, folks.
So what are we even talking about here? Well, at the heart of this whole mess is something called an autonomous AI agent. Just think of it like this. It's an AI that can work on its own. It writes and ships its own code to get things done, all without a human hitting enter.
And this is where the story gets really interesting, because you've got two completely different narratives. On one side, Amazon's official line for the outage is simple: human error. But on the other side, widespread reports are all pointing to an autonomous AI bot named Kiro. And the outage wasn't just a blip. We're talking 13 hours. A single AI bot allegedly took a huge chunk of the internet offline for more than a half a day. Absolutely wild. It really makes you wonder, right? As we're racing to hand over the keys to our most critical systems, did we forget to ask who's actually in the driver's seat? And here's why this really matters. This whole incident completely shakes our trust in using these kinds of autonomous AIs for critical infrastructure. It highlights this urgent, desperate need for real human oversight, and that could seriously slow down how fast big companies are willing to adopt these powerful and clearly unpredictable new tools. But you know what? The risks, they are not slowing down the money. Not one bit. So, Act 3. Let's follow the capital. The sheer scale of the investment right now is just staggering. I mean, look at this. Nvidia is flirting with a $30 billion stake in OpenAI. Peak XV Partners is dropping $1.3 billion into India's AI explosion. And that spatial intelligence startup we mentioned, they just landed a cool $1 billion. The floodgates are wide open. So all this cash flowing around is creating a brand new pecking order. You've got your clear winners, AI startups, especially those in India, and of course, hardware giants like Nvidia. But there are definitely losers too. Think about the companies hit by that tariff ruling, Amazon's reputation taking a serious hit, and even some of the legacy gaming studios are feeling the heat. So who's actually caught in the middle of all this? Let's dive into the Human Impact Report. So, what's the overall vibe out there? Honestly, it's complicated. You could call it cautious optimism. For all the incredible hype and growth, there's a whole lot of tension and uncertainty just simmering right under the surface.
Let's break it down by group. For big companies, it's a real double-edged sword. AI means growth, but it also means outages and new cyber threats. Investors, they're cautious. They see the huge potential, but they're also spooked by these new reliability problems. For startups, though, especially in India, it is pure sunshine. Funding and government support are just pouring in. For us, the consumers, it's mixed. We get cooler products, but what about service interruptions and our privacy? And for developers, this one's a big one. With AI writing its own code, what does the future of human creativity and software even look like? And finally, governments are going all in, investing heavily to grab all the economic benefits they can.
Now, let's pull back and look at the bigger picture, at the geopolitical shockwaves this is all creating. You are literally watching the AI race redraw the global tech map in real time.
You've got India emerging as a serious powerhouse, just supercharged by all that funding and government backing. The US is a story of contrasts, incredible innovation clashing head-on with regulation and these new reliability fears. And the EU? It's playing it safe, staying cautious, dealing with trade uncertainty, while at the same time tightening its own rules on AI. So, after all that, what does this actually mean for you? Let's boil it all down into your next strategic move.
Okay, listen up. If you're a developer, you need to be focusing on AI oversight and security. If you're a startup founder, look to emerging markets like India. That's where the money is. For enterprise leaders and CTOs, your new mantra is cybersecurity and human oversight on all critical AI. If you're an investor, you've got to diversify that AI portfolio to balance the massive growth with the very real risks. And for students and tech professionals, double down on skills where AI meets specific industry knowledge. That intersection is the future.
And finally, Act 7. Let's look ahead to the horizon line. So, what's next? In the short term, say the next 6 months, expect way more scrutiny on AI reliability. Expect trade policy talks to get bumpy. And expect that funding boom in India to just keep accelerating. Amazon, by the way, is going to be under huge pressure to come clean about its AI agents. Then, looking out a bit further, 6 to 12 months from now, we'll see a massive surge in demand for AI-focused cybersecurity. You'll see more AI blended into gaming, and big companies will finally start setting up clearer rules for how they use these autonomous systems. Look, the big takeaway here is that AI's growth is absolutely accelerating, but so are the consequences. It's shaking our trust in operations, it's creating all this trade uncertainty, and it's driving a huge, huge demand for new security solutions.
The money is flowing, the code is shipping, but is our strategy for control and oversight even close to keeping pace with our ambition?
For more tech news and analysis, visit us at newsbite.tech. Thanks for watching.